It's 2026. I'm 1 week into my running journey. It's changed my life. Keep watching if you need somebody to convince you to start running. In 2023, a study in Amsterdam found that running was equally as effective on depression as antidepressants. So, guys, hello, welcome back. Little sit down video, right? Different vibe. When I'm not playing Minecraft or doing my makeup, I have been running. Different girl, who would have thought, right? Benefits I've seen: mental, physical, habitual, spiritual, all the alls. So just some background on me. I was a gym rat, self-proclaimed gym rat for a year and a half. I was going gym about 3 times a week. I was eating protein and just doing everything that I guess like the fitness community online said to do. I didn't see many changes. I definitely felt stronger and I had more mobility, don't get me wrong. I found it very hard to keep up with the lifestyle. It was a whole thing trying to get to the gym every morning, eating after gym, planning my food on time. It was a whole thing. This week, your girl has been running. And last week, I even started last week, so I've been running for about 2 weeks now, about a week and a half. If I can give you one piece of advice, start running in 2026. Here's why. Since I left the gym, like about a year ago, I have not done any physical exercise really at all. First of all, my credentials. This is my runner app from this week. I've been doing walk runs with the app Runner by Strava. On Wednesday, I did 1.3 miles with a pace 12 miles an hour. So that's an average of me walking and me running. This is the first time I'd ever done it, so I definitely did go very quickly off the bat. And I like this app because you make notes, but I actually only completed 3 out of 4 runs. So in the space of 15 minutes, I had to pause the app twice and I didn't even complete it, which is actually so interesting to think in hindsight because it's only been a week. I barely paused the app. I think I paused the app about 3 days ago maybe, but I just feel like a completely different person. I can't even fathom that I didn't complete the run that day because not only was this I'm just checking it out. In my head it was like 60-second runs, but it was actually 2-minute runs. So I don't hate that I paused it. But for context, a week later today's run was 6 reps of 2-minute runs as well. So I think I basically have doubled the amount of time I'm running. Obviously I get breaks in between, but my pace has dropped, which I think is very interesting. My pace has dropped about 10% in a week. So, and that was a comfortable run. I feel like if you don't run, this doesn't sound like a lot of progress, and it might not be a lot of progress, but just the fact that I've never run a day in my life and how quickly my body's caught up. Fuck it. I feel a lot more in tune with my body. I feel a lot healthier. My lungs are working. My lungs have not worked like this since I picked up a vape. I'll be so for real. Wow. I can just breathe with my whole lung. It's crazy. I feel like I just didn't take deep breaths. I've still got a lot to learn and I've still got a lot of running to do. I'm gonna try and make it for the whole year. Hopefully we'll check back with a 1 month, 6 month, 100 month update. My first run, I almost threw up twice. My more recent runs, or even the runs a few days into it, because I understand it sounds like I'm not a week in, but I'm literally only a week in, which is actually very exciting. Oh my god, disclaimer, I've never been excited by exercise in my life. I spent a year in the gym. I don't know how people did it. You guys enjoy this? It's nice. Can you just imagine if you lived in a scenic location? Like, I'm literally running around doing absolutely nothing, looking at nothing, just hoping no one's seeing me out of breath, you know? So it only took me a few days in to really start understanding how people do it and why people run. So my first few days, it was hard, but it got easier. About the 4th day was the day where I started going on new routes. I was in a different area, and that's actually a really nice experience to be able to travel quicker than you'd walk. And like, even better if you have a goal in mind. I was heading to Sainsbury's. I just took the long way. Yeah, and it's just like productive. I got to Sainsbury's, picked up a Switch controller, which Minecraft video coming out soon, by the way. I got to see the area, the ego boost. I know this isn't health related, but guys, the ego boost. Girl, I felt like Megan Thee Stallion running. Like, I've never understood how people work out so hard. Get a run in your routine, you will feel on top of the world. Like, I honestly, after every run, I feel like I could do another run again. But before I do the run, I don't want to go on it half the time. Hopefully that improves, but there's still a long way to go. Mental benefits, as I just said, ego through the roof, specifically when I'm running. But I think it's very important to just say, and if you're going to have a takeaway, if you watch this far, make this be the main takeaway. Having done one productive thing a day is great, not even for the ego, is great for your mental health and connection to yourself as a body and as a person. Especially, I hate to say it, and I know we're not aging, but as we age, I think it's not only just so important to stay active and blah 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 blah. To feel like you can do anything is very important, because I know everyone says I can do what I put my mind to, but honestly, and I've always said it, I think I've said that for like 2 years, but honestly, how true was it? It was true, but it was more of a conceptual true. It was never like I'm gonna climb a mountain and I'm actually gonna be able to do it. But I think the mindset that running has given me, definitely, this is hard and I'm gonna push just a little bit harder. You don't have to run like that. You can just be like, I'm gonna complete the challenge, but that's still way more than I've ever done or that you've done the day before. And I think that's really interesting. I think with weightlifting and stuff, yes, it is very progressive weight gain, or what's it called? It's the same thing at the end of the day. Your muscles are stronger, it's the same amount of effort, you lift it, you go very repetitive. I don't know, there's something about running which the experience every day is different, even if you do the same course, especially running outside. I haven't done it on a treadmill. Oh my god, that sounds horrible. Yeah, I think just like if you live in a nice area, you have no excuse. Like, you will fall in love with running. I forgot about doing my makeup. I'm so passionate, guys. I never thought this would be me. But yeah, and I guess all my points kind of tie in together. I would definitely be happy to do more of a structured, like, benefits of running video. This is more of a chit chat, but so everything kind of goes together, and I think that's what I've really enjoyed about it as well. It's like there's one benefit here and there, and my main benefit, don't get me wrong, my main benefit is for health. I do a lot of things for health, you know, that doesn't guarantee that I will stick to it, and I think the fact that I've been doing it daily really helps. If I tell myself, you must do it, you can't do it tomorrow because you have to do it today, something about that really helps. I don't know if it's my ADHD brain. I've definitely found that I can force myself to do things better. Since I started running, my room's been cleaner than it ever has been before. I've recorded more YouTube videos than I have any other time this year. I'm way less tired. I can't believe I didn't speak about that. I feel like I didn't speak about that because I just don't feel it anymore. If you know me, you know how I am always constantly tired. When I was 16, it started, and I just started going to the doctors. When I was 16, I used to wake up, go to school, get home for 4 p.m, fall asleep until the next day, 8 a.m, probably be a little bit late, go to school 9 a.m, 4 o'clock, fall asleep. And I've been tired like that ever since. Like, but I'm just a tired girl. I'm a tired girl. This week I've had so much energy. I've had about as much energy as, especially after the runs. There's something about after post-run that just gives you so much energy. It really wakes me up and makes me very invigorated. This evening I did a 6 p.m, even later. I think I did like a 7, 8 p.m. run. It's got me up here. I'm very, and I think sleep might be a struggle with that one. I have read that sleep also can take a hit if you do runs because it wakes you up. What my next main habit becomes is running in the morning. I really want to see how that affects me and affects my work day as a really tired person. By 3 p.m, I'm falling asleep. But yeah, if you don't run, run. If you do run, don't give up. And if I'm seeing this in future, if I watch this in a month and I'm not running, I think you've actually done yourself a disservice, to be honest. And I think it's not as hard as we make out in our heads sometimes. I'm speaking to myself at this point. Dear Dean, to get that first run or to pick up from where we left off. Because yes, every little counts. But you know what counts more than every little? It's like doing something little every day. And this is 20, 30 minutes of my day, which I would spend doom scrolling on TikTok, and my screen time is insane. So why not, you know? Thanks for listening to my little chit chat, guys. I'd be happy to do a more like formal sit down if that's what you're into, but yeah, I'm just getting into this and I'm excited to see where it leads us. And yeah, 2026 is going to be a good year, and it will be a good year for you too. Read the book Atomic Habits. They actually say on it as well, if you do something on the same day every week or every day every week, are more likely to carry on that habit because there's no excuse to do it tomorrow or do it another day, because in your head you've planned for the outcome to be, I will do X on this day. Very interested, rooted in psychology. I recommend the book and I recommend you do it. You know what, let's close this off. I'd love to answer any questions, guys. Get the Runner app, join me, guys. Love you, thank you.